Don't go away. You won't believe how dramatic this romance gets right here in this foreign little town." Amanda opened up to the man, revealing the deeper secrets her sadness stemmed not just from her ex-betrayal, but also from family shadows. The breakup of her happy family left Amanda tearful then dry. Yet, the man was a crybaby. Movies, books, or cards could make him weep. This quirky compliment might be fate. The two played like kids in the park after dinner, and when they got tired, they threw around a bit of love. But when they headed home, Amanda refused to let the man in, feeling both elated and terrified as their relationship sped ahead. She feared getting hurt again, worried this relationship wouldn't last, especially knowing he'd be off in 9 days. Amanda's heart was a battlefield of contradictions, but as midnight struck, the emotional side won, and she headed for the man's place. She rang the doorbell, but the man's door was ajar, giving off CEO vibes, inviting her inside. She realized there might be someone else in there. Suddenly, a little girl came out. This were the angelic daughters who had called him earlier. Subtitles upon entering the room. Amanda swiftly made sure there were no other women present, and then she whispered to the man, learning that his wife had actually passed away 2 years prior. He had to be both dad and mom, learning to cook and sew like a pro, and on weekends, he turned into a shopping assistant for ballet skirts. While this life was fulfilling, he felt more imprisoned than a superhero with 2 kids. Plus, he worried about the swift 9-day countdown with Amanda. So he hid his daughters, but Amanda surprisingly didn't get much. She understood his worries. Following the little angels, she snuggled into the dreamlike tent, soaking in the happiness of the moment. The daughters launched a cuteness offensive, making them feel like a family of 4 in an instant. But the adults knew better. This happiness was just a fleeting moment. One was an editor from London, the other a Los Angeles art creator. Their differences and distances tossed their feelings into a standstill. Meanwhile, Miles buzzed back with the doorbell. Alice enthusiastically invited her to the party, and Miles' girlfriend happened to be away filming. Bored, she joined in the fun. Meanwhile, the seemingly innocent Miles turned into the life of the party. Soon, the grandpa started leaving, and Miles stuck around with Alice for the cleanup duty. While chatting casually, they were shocked to find they had tons in common. So they made plans to catch a movie together. It's been ages. Subtitle: I haven't picked you up yet. Interestingly, just as I stepped outside, the Santa Ana winds arrived, as if blowing right into Alice's heart. It helped her slowly rediscover herself. The next morning, Alice brought an envelope to the old man's house. Inside was a gala invitation. Through her shock, he chucked it straight into the trash without even glancing. He was clearly embarrassed about showing any weakness. Alice saw through his desire to attend, so after getting his nod, she opened the envelope. It turned out the British Writers Association wanted to award him a lifetime achievement award. Alice decided to help with his rehabilitation training, so he could confidently strut up on stage. During training, Alice got a call from her brother, and they yapped about their recent lives. Not long after, Amanda called to check on her brother, leaving Alice no choice but to hop back into the brother chat. Unexpectedly, her brother cared about Amanda too, with Alice as the go-between. Keenly, she sensed a subtle bond. But before Alice could vent about her brother, Miles called, inviting her to join him for Christmas Eve festivities. Subtitles: Alice happily gave her consent, and just as they were in the process of selecting a movie, Miles unexpectedly ran into his girlfriend, who was getting intimate with another man. Just like that, Miles was back to being a lonely dog. He knew she was bad news, so why was he still drawn to her? Alice stepped out, understanding the heartbroken Miles. She was going through something similar too. She realized those wasted precious moments would eventually lead you somewhere new, healing those broken pieces of the heart. The haze would eventually disperse, and from that point on, their bond grew even closer. They teamed up to choose a suit for the old man, and as a composer, Miles even wrote the entrance music for the gala. He also composed a tune specifically for Alice. Underneath Miles' not-so-handsome face lay a pure and romantic heart. At this moment, they began to rethink their own issues. Facing their distance, the men thought even a single tear could still be romantic. But Amanda was more pessimistic, believing that even passionate love couldn't weather prolonged separation. Not a sustainable plan at all. After just a few days together, he was already head over heels for Amanda, and at this moment, all she wanted was to cherish every single second. If she couldn't even seize the present, how could she think about the future? Just when Alice was about to forget her ex, he suddenly showed up at her doorstep. He came bearing gifts, asking for forgiveness, but really, he just wanted Alice to keep ghostwriting for him. Alice, wise to the world, was not fooled by his sweet talk. She was shocked at her own transformation, boldly kicking the jerk to the curb. In that moment, she became the star of her own show. As the gala approached, Alice, clad in a black dress, helped the old man walk gracefully. The old man proudly stepped up to the podium, reminiscing about his glorious past, while Miles cautiously asked Alice about her Christmas Eve plans. But by then, Alice's holiday was over, and she'd already gone home. "If I come there, would you join me for New Year's?"